I'm a teacher now. I teach rap techniques, currently at Musicians Institute. I teach a couple private lessons as well. And one thing, just with everything that we've talked about and what I remember about myself from the beginning with Radar to Fife to Raw Digga to everybody, it's like everybody was older than me and had all this wisdom and experiences in the industry that I would just sponge up their stories and want to be better. It was to a point where if they told me about something I didn't know, I remember first learning about Dilla from Radar when I was 16, and just being like, getting my Googles on, like, why don't I know about this person, right? And that yearn for education and wanting to be a part of these conversations was the driving thing for me. And I think all the relationships that I've had, and because I built them on my own, is because people see the respect and the honor that I give to the culture. And so I just try to give that back. What's a little bit disheartening about this generation, this era, because it's not even really a generational thing, it's just this time, is that is just lost. The respect for the legends of this game in the beginning, just even wanting to know about your history and know things, the curiosity of the beginnings, wanting to go down rabbit holes and read liner notes, just that whole energy is just lost. I have to pull teeth sometimes to enforce that. And I don't recall myself being that way when I was young. I didn't have to be told or give homework to chase after what I love to do, and that's what's been a little bit challenging, because I didn't go to school to teach, this is not something that I didn't really think I would end up doing. So I'm just going to be transparent. This was not part of the plan. But I'm trying to hold it down, because, every once in a while you might meet that one student that really, really cares and will take it seriously. As a teacher, it's a little exhausting, because I feel like I'm forcing people to learn stuff that they don't want to, or they're prioritizing other things. And I can't relate. I love this too much. You don't got to ask me to watch a documentary or listen to songs. If that was my homework in college, I would, there's A's across the board, And so it's just weird, on a collegiate level, having to give exams and tests on something that people should want to love to do, and having to give sometimes C's and D's and F's on this. So on an educational level, I just want to be a resource for the people that really, really want it, and trying to take my personal, try not to take it personal and take that out of it. And that's the growing pains of being an educator in the beginning, because this is not something that I, went to school for, but I enjoy the moments where you see people's light bulbs click and they really get it, and they really are understanding concepts or understanding how to perform better, or realizing and connecting dots with this MC and then this story. To me, that was always the fun part of coming up, and Radar telling me stories, Illustrate telling me stories, Digga, still to this day telling me stories of the 90s, and I'm just like, word, I didn't know that. I still don't know stuff. So I look at my students I'm still learning. So if I can still get excited, you guys should be nose deep in everything and at all the tools I'm giving you, because you have a teacher that can call these people up on the phone. I'm not removed from this. I'm a working artist. So, that's the, my era right now as a teacher. Online, I'm doing it via Zoom, like most of us that are in the educational field. So, we're still trying to persevere through not having classrooms and instruments and stuff like that. But yeah, well, I don't know the future. I'm just going to keep trying and go with the punches. Everything changes every 2-3 years. The industry changes all across the board. So I know in the long term, I do enjoy doing master classes and public speaking events and stuff like that. I like sharing my story and telling my journey. So I think as far as phasing out of all right, I'm a professor, I think I like more being a visiting speaker and artist thing. I think I want to move into that space, symposiums or whatever, master classes. I see that more in the future than, being a professor or teacher every day in a classroom. But I do like to give knowledge and share, but mainly just sharing stories and experiences, because that's the education right there, when you hear about other people's experiences and stories.